Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to get your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Important news are new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a seaport factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look, these 3 words written larger than the rest.
The special pride never written before, or sings tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Open Lines Tuesday. And yes, a little early, though Tuesdays there's no real strong set time, and no one else was streaming, so I figured why not. Thomas Potts was first in the chat and says, "You early?" I was, yes, this is true. Life with Matthew says, "Qapla, Bird O' Prey, and all. Hail Caroga, hail Caroga." Thank you, Life with Matthew. And Thomas says, "Hello to Life with Matthew." Star Trek Nitpickers, Qapla says, "Bird days, Qapla." Star Trek Nitpickers, I hope you're getting ready for the snow. 24 hours from now, the snow will start falling, and it won't stop for another 24 hours. And when all is said and done, I'm told 8 to 12, possibly more inches of snow will blanket the area. Mama Prey will be crying on her birthday. Commodore Ty says, "Hello all, Qapla, Commodore." Thomas Bot says, "Bird of Prey, so you're trying to get FDR or Jeff with that torpedo. Why not both, Thomas? Why not both?" And Life with Matthew says, "Hello to Thomas." And if anybody, this is Open Lines, so if anybody would like to come up into the show, there is the link. You are welcome to come up. Yes, so we can talk about some discovery about whether I think Carl is the guardian of forever, or we could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I also will be going up into space. New Caroga is doing well. I fixed the spelling of Qapla over here. And this is the upcoming new Caroga space base, which will launch later today if all goes to plan. And I'll show off some of the features. We got a big Carogan flag here. And Commodore Ty, welcome Commodore Ty to the panel.
Hello.
How are you?
All right. Enjoying a day off of work finally.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, The Carogan space base has several hydrogen tanks, a large cargo for mining, depositing a bunch of minerals, which we plan to mine. And we don't have a miner part of this ship, but a miner can attach to this ship to go and actually do the mining. We have a reactor back there somewhere, I think two. And so this is not the ship that's going up today, at least not yet. This is the CMS for Caroga mining ship Tupac. And yes, this is...
You called it Tupac?
Well, this was from a previous Space Engineers game when we were playing on the Anti-Tracker server. And it was a particular game where I decided to name all of the ships after famous singers. That was the famous game where I had the Sinatra, the Dean Martin, and the Sammy Davis Jr. Some of my best ships.
You picked Tupac after that?
Well, no, Tupac was one of the first.
Wow.
This is a very utilitarian mining vehicle that can operate in both the atmosphere and in space. It has a cryopod for long duration missions in case they couldn't make it back to base. I could land on an asteroid and just stay in the cryopod overnight, or however long I needed till I could get back to the game. And it's got its own reactor, keeps things powered, and it's a very basic but very good at what it does, which is mostly mining. I'm just gonna check. I did have it in space. You see, okay, we need some repair stuff. I do keep some items in the ship to repair it, but I will go get some fresh items, and I just hit myself. I'll go get some fresh items at the base to do this repair, because once we're in space, we don't have access to an assembler, and the other thing we don't have is a life support, whatever it's called, these things, survival kit. So we want to go up into space fully healthy, else we run the risk of dying. So let's get some spare parts. Okay, we've got some of this to drop off in the refinery. Don't need to carry scrap metal on board. Okay, we got a ton of extra parts here at the base. So let's take 200 of all the basics. That seems to be a good number. I'll get to some chats in a minute. We don't need 200 displays. 50 displays should be good.
I like what Nitpicker has to. Star Trek Nitpicker has to say.
Oh.
About your title?
You can read it if you don't mind.
Because you said it in your title is Carl the Guardian of Forever, which there's good amounts of evidence that can prove it, but Nitpicker says he want him to be a Q. He didn't act like the Guardian, more like a Q, which, again, yeah. I think Carl is somewhere in between, in my opinion.
I do not want him to be. I'll be very, very upset if he turns out to be the Guardian of Forever. In fact, not only will I be upset, I simply won't accept it, because he's clearly not the Guardian of Forever. And welcome Springtime to the chat.
Well, he does
can't stick around. He can't stick around very long, but I just wanted to wish you and your family well. How are you holding up, Bird?
Oh, thank you, Springtime. Holding up good. Nothing crazy going on yet here.
No, just let Mama Pray know that I will try to track down that dark web pet store, and just as long as the pet stays in the lair, you'll be safe.
Wait, what type of pet is this?
Maybe like a giant spider, but keep in mind
No,
it's
Mamo
mammal
Prey
prey,
doesn't
so
want any giant spiders, I can assure you.
bird. Just accept it. This is mammal prey we're talking about. She can take on any animal
She
and
doesn't
survive
want
90%.
any cute kittens. She doesn't want any pets whatsoever. We are at 100% full pet capacity.
Yeah,
Yes,
Thomas Pod.
Mamo
Like,
Prey,
I
please.
think it would be hard for the
I'm
writers
just
to
trying to.
understand
So excited.
the difference between a
Mamo
king
Prey.
and the Guardian of Forever.
Mamo Prey got excited when I said welcome to springtime. She thought she slept through winter. It was going to be warm again. Oh, poor Mamo Prey.
Just let Mama Pray know that that's basically a take on my last name, and I was trolling some friends years and years and years ago about picking a good team name for a video game competition they roped me into.
Springtime is a play on his last name, man. It came from
It's
years ago. He was playing.
My last name is literally Spring.
His last name is literally Spring, and he was trolling his friends into a team name. Okay. So
Because I live in Alaska and it was the dead of winter.
Oh, because you're in Alaska?
Yeah, and it's literally like dark outside, and it was at the time.
Wow. So so are you like where it's constant darkness this time of year?
No, it just takes forever for the sun to come up.
Gotcha. That's never been to Alaska. Almost got there, but didn't. Almost got there, but didn't.
Work related?
No, it was actually going to do a cruise. With the summer, I ended up getting sick. I got sick in May, but we had scheduled a cruise for August. Me, Sis O'Prey, Dad O'Prey, an Alaskan cruise. It was also supposed to be a poker cruise, like the World Poker Tour or whatever, was hosting games on the ship because Dad O'Prey was quite the poker player. And so that's what he planned on doing, was playing poker most of the cruise. Of course, Sis O'Prey and I were going to go explore Alaska a little bit. And Mom O'Prey was staying home because Alaska is like the worst thing in the world to her. She likes warm, hot places, not cold.
Well, I guess you would be coming in the summer, but I don't know.
Summer.
Sometimes they call me the weird one, Bird.
Yeah, well, summer in Alaska is still Alaska, so that wouldn't have helped Mom O'Prey out. But yeah, so I mean, that was as close as I got. Never actually, obviously, didn't make it to because of I ended up getting sick, and we had to cancel the cruise. Luckily, I hadn't actually sent them any money yet, so it was no loss.
But just to let you know, the real news is Joe Biden is officially going to be president.
Yeah, that's also not going to make Mom O'Prey happy. I mean, officially, except not officially yet.
You're holding out?
I'm just saying, when it happens, it happens. Until he actually gets sworn in, we don't know.
Just keep spreading those crazy rumors. We can bring down his reputation.
I'm not spreading rumors. I'm just saying a lot can happen till he actually gets sworn in. You don't know.
Like
it could
he'll
be
actually,
President Harris.
Like he'll think that he was running for head of Blockbuster.
Oh, he could demand to be seated in the Senate. Demand to take his place in the Senate. Okay, so now it's time. We're gonna pack up the Tupac, go into space. So I will go ahead.
You were a big Tupac fan, weren't you?
You know, I was okay with it. I was more NWA than Tupac, but it's all West Coast, so it's good enough.
You're not I thought you were East Coast. What the hell?
I mean, yeah, well, I live on the East Coast, but you know, my hip hop was West Coast through and through. West Side. I don't know what that means, but
So, Commodore Ty, what kind of job do you work where you have Tuesday off?
I'm a line cook.
okay.
You obviously don't work on a military base.
Nope.
Taken off.
Just work in a restaurant.
Well, that sucks, all things considered.
You're an essential worker.
We still find busy. We still find stuff busy.
So are you guys open for dining or just doing takeout
10
these
people
days?
max. 10 people max.
10 people max. Wow.
That's all.
We're on base, so we kind of have to stay open.
New York City closed down its restaurants for in-person dining completely again today. No matter how big you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Canadian province I'm in, Ontario, it depends on which region you're in.
Well, I gotta go, Bird. Just wanted to let you know that, jokes aside, hoping you're doing well and you keep Mamo Pray and Sisso Pray and Nephew Pray and Sassy safe.
Take care, Springtime. Thank you so much.
Take care, man.
You're welcome.
Oh, wow. So history with R&R, is it the entire province of Manitoba is on lockdown?
Welcome, History with R&R. Video they put out this morning on FDR and Churchill. I left a comment, 2 comments. One, that General Chang was brought up, and yet I was not invited. Very, very disappointed. Now, I don't care. It was a different General Chang, a General Chang from the Chinese military in World War II.
General Chang was brought up. That's all they
But
need.
if he was brought up, I should have been there. And 2, well, I'll let other people. I don't want to spoil anything with the second question, but I had two questions, and I will once we get into space, there'll be lots of periods of inactivity. So I will be sure to read some chats. Oh, History with R&R is coming in to the panel. Welcome, History with R&R.
Hello, man.
Rambling. Yeah. We can't hear you if you can hear us.
Yeah, it helps if I turn on the voice.
There we go. Welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I would have brought you in, but Doom didn't write a part for Chang, so I didn't.
Yeah, throw Doom under the bus.
So otherwise, of course, Chang would have been for you, but and your other question or comment about FDR, I just did that to save room.
Wow.
in the intro, because it didn't look right the other way. It just aesthetically it didn't look right. So
I see. So taking lots of liberties.
Yeah,
the facts. I get it.
Yeah.
Get rid of this.
Although you'll probably be brought in on the next one.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
Because that one will have that one's going to be a bigger one. It's going to have a lot of moving parts to it.
Oh boy, moving parts sounds fun.
Although, apparently, according to Deej Odyssey,
It's weird
I got
saying
I got a request that apparently I have to put you in a radio show and kill you off, according to Deej.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit. No.
I don't know why. I'm also
Deej is
supposed to
just
maybe
mad
do.
because
I'm also supposed to put you in, something involving Oko Ono.
no. Deej is just mad because I found him dressed like Santa's husband in his latest video. But it's a legit thing. It's a legit book. Everybody should be reading it.
But thank you for your comments on the video, Bird. I always look forward to them. Although you do kind of scare me with how much you like Stalin.
Well, I'm just saying that the way you presented the man, there was quite a few things to like about him. Don't make him so likable next time.
I mean, you even
Not
were on
my
the side
fault.
of Mussolini for certain points. that series. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, but jeez.
Maybe, maybe don't go into all the good things they did so much, and people wouldn't like them so much.
Stalin didn't do very many good things.
You spend all the time on all the amazing successes of these people and their amazing ability to bend the public will. That's you make them out to be heroes. It's hard not to admire these people.
Yeah, I guess. Well, dictator recognizes dictator, right? Just like thug recognizes thug, right? Is that the idea?
That's why Trudeau recognizes all the dictators in the world.
Although, I mean, to be fair to Trudeau, which is not easy to do, but to be fair to the man, I'd rather have him than any of the people that were up against him. I mean, the NDP leader, ouch.
No.
And, well, when they figure out who's leading the Conservatives, let me know. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying.
Well, I think O'Toole's now the de facto leader of the Conservative Party.
Timmy O'Toole?
Is that the guy that won't give up his American citizenship because he stated, on quote unquote, I'll never become prime minister, so I don't have to?
No, I think that was the guy that was running with Andrew Scheer. Or no, was that... it was one of them. I don't know. It was one of the... Yeah, okay, sure. You'll get voted in.
I just gotta break gravity, and then I can aim for an asteroid or something and start to read the comments. And we've got NB Geek in the house. Qapla, NB Geek.
Qapla, Bird of Prey 5. How are you doing, buddy?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm good. How is history with R and Rob? How are you doing? Damn. You had to make me read for it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rambling Canuck.
Oh my goodness! The one time I don't have my name as Rambling Canuck, you say it right. What the hell? Sorry, I had to grind your gears on that one.
Come on. You know I wouldn't give a shit.
Okay, we have broken gravity, so we can now go back to the chats unless people want to talk.
So Bird,
yes,
I'm thinking of giving the Caroga mines an upgrade.
You're gonna upgrade the mines.
Yeah. I'm gonna go into. I'm gonna take some time this weekend, and I'm gonna, go into Minecraft. I'm gonna create a whole Caroga Mines thing, and I'll even build you a nice little guardhouse. And then I'll make a video of it, so you can finally show off the Caroga Mines in all its glory.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I'll even show how they're well treated and they have good barracks, to be a great propaganda piece.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
We can always use some good propaganda.
We don't have enough of it now.
Springtime is hearing more and more reports Joe Biden will make butt plugs mandatory after January 20th. I just have a feeling that that's probably not true. Star Trek Nitpicker says, I want him to be Q. Oh, that's right. We read this.
Yeah, he wants him to be Q. And
I don't want him to be neither Q nor the Guardian, personally. But
he's going to end up being some being that random being we heard of.
From what I'm hearing, it's already been settled that he is going to basically be the Guardian of Forever. Now that's like a worst case scenario, in my opinion. I'll be really pissed if that's what happens.
Well,
I think he's going to be Q with a budget.
Comparing to the way he was talking compared to the way the Guardian talked in the original series, and they were both talking in riddles and.
I'll be right back.
Go through time,
okay.
Way through time and space.
They do talk in riddles. I give you that.
I think whereas the Guardian was the Guardian of time, I think Earl might be the Guardian of the various dimensions.
Actually, I mean, if I recall, in the original City on the Edge of Forever, I do believe the Guardian of Forever actually says that he can send people to different times and even different universes.
Okay.
I think. I've always found that fascinating because having watched, knowing later about the mirror universe, I always wondered. But he only showed people one timeline. And I had a theory that, in fact, the Guardian of Forever was the cause. Should we get some silver while we're here? I guess we could get some silver while we're here.
So Nitpickers is still in the chat saying, there are too many all-powerful aliens on Trek. Let him be a Q and avoid another one.
It seems like every series has their own all-powerful aliens.
So I think they need to limit the amount of all-powerful aliens.
I know, but TOS had
5,
at least 2 or 3. I was gonna say at least 2 or 3.
Yeah. There's now coming out that people think that Trelane and stuff was part of the Q continuum.
DS9, TNG had Q.
Yeah.
DS9 had the Prophets. Voyager.
The Caretaker
Voyager had a 7 of 9.
Species 8472.
Yeah, I guess. Or Voyager just said Voyager. And it had the Q in it also.
Yeah. But I feel like Earl could have been a different Q because we are in the 32nd century, so there is information about the Q available.
You would think. We're not sure what information is available because supposedly databases were destroyed during the burn. And I mean so they have a fractured database.
Well, to get off the sphere data.
Well, they could. We don't know what's on the sphere data, but we know they never shared the sphere data with the rest of Starfleet for reasons.
Understandable, but they could probably look into who was this Earl guy, and they could look up, give him some information about him, like what he was doing, and the sphere data was oh, this Earl must have been a member of the Q continuum.
Thomas Potts brings up a good question: is do the writers know the difference? And I think that's probably the real issue.
I don't think the writers knew the difference because like they're kind of written as one and the same with this guy. It's like part of him sounds like a Q, part of him sounds like the Guardian.
Like I would say that the writers don't understand what the Guardian of Forever really was. I mean,
Guardian of Forever was a machine.
That's the main thing. In the dawn of time,
maybe it was them. The Guardian evolved so much into the 32nd century that he created
things
this.
Need to stop evolving. Okay, the Guardian was on that planet hundreds of thousands of years, and for all we know, it didn't change.
Something that the writers might suggest. You got to put your mind in a writer of a Star Trek.
I can't put my mind in the writer of a Discovery because I would require chopping my brain out.
Yes, that's why I'm
picking it with an ice pick
and come up with the most idiotic excuse possible.
I'm just literally convinced that there is no Star Trek writers' room, that it's all being ghost written by Vince Russo. And anybody that knows who Vince Russo is will understand that.
Vince Russo?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Every idiot has a part. None of the storylines make any damn sense.
Oh.
And it's all hot-shotted.
Oh, shit.
Think about it. It's Vince Russo. The more you think about it, the more it makes sense. It's scary.
And for people that don't know who Vince Russo is, he was a wrestling promoter / writer in the 90s that late 90s, early 2000s that just turned one of the organizations into complete hot garbage.
I mean, anybody that can give us Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole match can write a Star Trek Discovery script. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Doom in thinking that was a good storyline.
Okay? That's all I gotta say. Okay, so I am convinced there is no Star Trek Discovery writer room. It's being ghost written by freaking Vince Russo.
And who's ever writing WWE today?
Ugh.
Oh, I love how the multi-gun man says it. Star Trek Discovery brought you by Kmart.
No, even Kmart has higher standards.
Okay, what's the lowest of the low shop store that you can think of?
Blockbuster.
No, Blockbuster was good in the 90s. That's the key.
Yeah, that's the point. They screwed up big time.
Yeah. I would go for something else.
Really? This asteroid has got nothing on it?
Mr. CCDV's here. Hello, Mr. CCDV.
Is he 3 sheets in or 4 sheets in yet?
Okay. We're headed towards the star.
Hey,
and I know.
Richie.
Don't go into the light! Don't go into the light!
I know we can't reach the sun, but we'll just head towards it till we find some new asteroids.
Chimpanzees in a Canadian laboratory could probably write better stuff than what we see on Discovery right now.
Nitpicker says he's going to explain the origin of the Guardian Forever in the next episode of the USS New York, which I have more hope for him.
Everyone
more
has
respect for what he will say.
Everyone has more hope for a fan-made Star Trek than what's actually being produced because the fans actually give two shits, whereas the people that are writing this crap that's coming out now just want a paycheck.
No, I think it's worse than that. I don't think it's just a paycheck. I think they hate us.
Oh,
I literally think they hate us and they want to prove to us, or they're trying to show us we're wrong for the way we viewed Star Trek because they have a very stupid, biased, dumbass idea of how we viewed Star Trek, and they're like, "Oh no, we're going to show you what Star Trek really was." And then when we call them out and say, "Oh, that was already done," that was, "Oh no, no, no." It wasn't done with a regular character, or sorry,
Hello,
oh, it was the
Richie
80s or
Poole.
90s. They didn't make a big deal out of this. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the point.
It was supposed to be like the norm when they wrote it in Next Generation, the Space Nine. It was the norm to see two guys together, non-binary species, transgender, this and that. It was supposed to be the norm.
Yeah, before
D.D.
even most of these stories
Myers,
even came up.
Qapla. Doing
Well, it's
well,
like when
DD. And thank you, John Araki, with the $1 super chat. Apologies, I didn't see it sooner.
it's like when they talk about non-binary characters, like, well, we could go to a couple of TNG episodes. In fact, I could go all the way back to season 1 with the binars.
Yeah, someone actually wrote on my comment that I gave to Anti-Trekker about the binars, and someone actually thinks that the binars were not non-binary.
Well,
How's
they're
that possible?
binars. They're by definition binary.
Whoever wrote that comment, didn't you not watch the episode in clear English? The commander says they are not male, they're not gentlemen,
They are not female.
ladies. They are a combined pair, united, or something close to that.
Yeah, exactly. But it was so just like, oh, they're not male, they're not female, they're a binary pair. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And guess what? 7-year-old me was like, oh, okay, they're an alien species, and I left it at that.
Yeah, same. And also, okay, they might have been played by male or female actresses, but it comes like no one, like, let's ignore the behind the scenes stuff. What was put on screen was they were a united pair.
Okay, what they were played by is irrelevant. That's where It's really pissing me the fuck off. My wife was even saying she was watching this show. Okay, she was going to watch this movie with, I guess, Meryl Streep in it and somebody else. And my wife really likes it. And the whole point of this movie is they go to Indiana because some PTA in Indiana killed a senior prom because a lesbian wanted to bring a girlfriend. I'm like, was this supposed to be set in 2020 or 2019 or something? Because I'm like, I remember, I'm from Illinois. My wife is from Indiana. She said when she saw how the Indianians were being portrayed, she's like, she's like, I can't do this. She's like, this is not where I grew up.
I think the Multi-Gun Man has the perfect quote for this. I think the problem with New Trek is the same problem that's going on in all of Hollywood. It's about propaganda now instead of good storytelling. Yes, because
for the most part, yes.
If you have a message, okay, great.
Okay, excuse me.
All Star Trek had great messages in them.
I have to break in. John Araki gave 2 $1 super chats. Thank you so much, John Araki, for both $1 super chats. And we also got a donation from the Bunnyland Alpaca Alliance. Said, we have claimed all of space. Return to your planet now or it's war. Obviously, we cannot do that. And I'm not even sure you're really a legit Bunnyland Alpaca Alliance. So the answer is no, thank you.
I gotta go for now, Bert. I'm watching a little 2-year-old, and it's about time for her nap. I gotta convince her to go to bed. All right, take her easy, folks.
Take care.
Have a good one, Rambling.
Okay,
I know all about 2-year-olds. I had 3 of them. And then in a couple of years, I'm going to have a 2-year-old grandchild.
Oh boy!
I took some damage. I need small steel tubes. So if I brought some, I did. Okay.
I will say this one thing that made me look forward to 2021. I saw the season 3 trailer for Cobra Kai. Madam Geek saw it. Oh God, we are so stoked! It looks so good.
I'm just interested in seeing some of those Marvel movies and shows that were supposed to come out this year.
I watched most of those trailers. They look okay. I'm not sure where they're going to go, but we'll see. I did enjoy the Star Wars trailers for Bad Batch and Cass's character. I thought those looked interesting, and I liked his character in Rogue One. So I would like to see him in K2SO. Before the events of Rogue One.
Yeah, but I think you're hearing from these Star Wars channels that how much they're still are upset with Kathleen Kennedy.
I left that about 7-8 months ago. That's how I got into this community.
Yeah.
I left all the negativity behind. I'm like, I'm tired of hearing the negativity. I've heard years of rumors of Kathleen Kennedy is going to get fired or this, that, and I'm like, the damage is done. The sequels,
what we have?
The sequels are there, but Mando's good. A Mandalorian is great. I love it. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, I have complete faith in them. So if they're going to be part of the series thing, I think we're going to get some good stuff.
If they're doing the on Discovery Plus shows, I think we're good. It's just if there's movies, that's when we gotta worry.
Well, we'll see. Tiki of Doom, yeah, Cobra Kai is okay. My wife and I have been saying this for years since it came out, and I have been the most vocal. This is how you do a franchise. You brought back legacy characters, you treated them right, you gave us new characters, and by the time they start taking some prominence in the show in the first season, you care about them. You like them. You're invested. And you're invested in our legacy characters because they don't shit all over them and treat them like garbage.
Yeah.
And that's what doing. Yes, the Mandalorian is doing a very good job with this.
Like they are bringing in former characters, even though they were from the extended universe or the cartoons. They're bringing them back, and they're actually giving them proper roles, and not having the Mandalorian shit on them. And the way we have it is we are love the Mandalorian character. We love the other characters. It's all coming together perfectly.
It is coming together very nice. I will be honest. I said this in the first couple of minutes of the Mandalorian episode where Rosario Dawson shows up as Ahsoka. The moment I saw her do the crossguard lightsabers and the look on her face when we finally got to see her face, I literally, way she held those lightsabers, it was like, okay, I'm buying this as Ahsoka. And me and my co-host Jack Beers, we had talked about this. Hold on a second, I'm gonna pause this. Hey Bird, you got a $2 euro from Yosef.
Joseph Patrick with a €2 super chat says, I am 40 minutes late. It's your fault. Start over. Well, basically, we've just been talking about some random stuff. Josh Street says, Mama Prey and Sassy are ready for the snow with her plane ticket to leave Caroga for the southern islands of Caroga, the Bahamas. No. Mama Prey staying here. Richie Poole asks, does Dado Prey have a good poker face? I guess so. He always did pretty good. And Darth Maul says, Mama Prey should have summer in December. Australia. Oi. No, I don't think she wants to go to Australia. And any chance of Mike Pence goes against Biden? No. Not unless something really changes. I mean,
I'm
you'd have
not
to
even.
really change.
I'm not
Like,
even bothered. You know,
not
I'm taking a
happening.
break from politics. I know that sounds weird for someone like me, but I'm just kind of like, I'm just gonna sit back for. I'm gonna sit back for the holiday and
It's not.
just take a break from it. For
Yeah.
me,
It's not like we can do anything about it.
no, there's
So
not much I can do at this point. I'll. You know what? I've got two choices. I can either live and move on and fight another day, or I can go be a little whiny soy milk Mitch bitch and whine and cry because I didn't get my way on one part of my election. Sorry, that's not the conservative way. Sure as hell isn't my way of doing things. But anyway, what we were talking about, Rosario Dawson, I want to say, did I thought a really good job.
Yep.
And then when I was talking with my co-host Jack Beers, we were watching the episode and we talked about it, and we both agreed we were watching the end of the fight. And then it's like, okay, Ahsoka has her two lightsabers, and both of us agreed. It's like, why is she holding her lightsabers this way? And then when she lost one of them and she flipped the other one around, him and I both were like, because I said it when I saw, I said, oh shit, this is over. I said, she ain't screwing around anymore. She flipped the lightsaber.
Yeah. And you know
'Cause
what
when
was
she
the
flipped,
funniest thing though? I was hearing online. It's like the writers, the production staff and stuff are already sending out apologies to the fans for having Ahsoka not look exactly like she did in the cartoon. Why her hair was short.
I heard about the loot. I heard about the leaks. I think that even Orange Hat Review mentioned it, and that was kind of a sore spot for people. Some people, me, I was kind of like, I didn't notice it at first, but I was like,
No.
okay. But to me, it just was. To me personally, it was kind of a small cosmetic issue that they may have just not gotten right. But I thought everything else they did was so good with
Yeah,
Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka. I
but
was
that's
like, I can
how
forgive it.
yeah, but that's how bad and toxic the Star Wars fan base has become now.
Oh, what are you
That
talking about? I'm a prequel
the one,
fan. You should have saw
yeah,
how I got
yeah.
treated in the '90s.
Yeah, but it's just that sad excuse now that even the littlest of things, they're going to latch onto the littlest of details to insult, then look at the overall picture and say, hey, it was a great performance. But no, they got to be like, her hair wasn't that long. It should be longer.
I'm not above nitpicking because, well, nitpicking is part of being a geek fan. I mean, we
Yeah,
used to have those nitpicker guides back in the '90s, and it was all about fun. It wasn't about being a
yeah.
dick. But
But that's
now
what
it's kind of gotten to a point where now people are like, "Oh, well, that wasn't done right. This wasn't done." It's kind of like, dude,
okay.
give it a little bit of a rest.
welcome,
How was the
Yosef.
overall? Hey, Yosef,
Hey,
Hey,
gentlemen. Greetings from the future.
mm-hmm.
you got my lotto numbers yet? Because I'm about to go up to the gas station.
You
Just
know what?
checking.
I realized only one thing, that it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me when I'm asking for from people.
Jackpot. We got some uranium here. Sorry. Keep talking. Just wanted to mention it.
Okay.
I thought we were talking about lottery, and you say jackpot. I was like, okay, bird
This
one.
is better than the lottery.
Better than the lottery. What can be better than the lottery?
Finding uranium in space engineers.
Wow.
Now I just have to make sure I can actually get to it.
I need to watch Mandalorian when I hear you talking about it. I'm on episode 3 right now, and
Of the first season?
no, the second season already.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
they're
think
not
I saw 3 or 4 episodes. I don't know how many, but the thing is, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the show.
Yeah.
It's really entertaining. Which was the, I think the last one that I saw was when we had Katie Sekov there.
Oh
So
God, I was so. Oh my God, Yosef. That must have been Yosef's ankle biters.
Yeah, something like that. And I muted myself too late, and they are asking for being let out. So the eternal question, who let the dogs out, will be answered in about 20 seconds.
When
I'm muting myself because.
Yeah, Yosef, when I saw Katie Stackhouse armor, from the Clone Wars and Rebels, when I saw it in real life, I was like, oh crap. And then I heard her voice, and then I saw her take her helmet off. I was like, it's Katie Stackhouse. I was like, I lost my shit. I was like, that is so freaking cool. And I was like, I had said to some people when I saw it, I was like, how geeked out do you think she would have been to see that armor? And then I went and found an interview where she first saw herself in makeup with the armor and she started crying. And I was like, yeah, I would too.
I totally understand it because she looked the part. I don't know the lore outside of the movies. Honestly, I'm not that big Star Wars fan that I would know everything as much as you do. But definitely, for me, the most important part was that she looked believable as a character.
Yeah, she was a character in the Clone Wars, part of Death Watch, and she wore a similar uniform. And then she showed up, I think, in 1 or 2 episodes of Rebels. And she was given the dark saber. That's why she's looking for the dark saber from Moff Gideon, because it was given to her, and that's supposed to be the weapon that claims you're Mandalore. You're the ruler of Mandalore. So somehow Gideon got a hold of it, and that's why she's looking for it. And I thought when I saw that at the very end of Mandalorian season 1, I saw that and I was like, how the hell did he get the dark saber? And I was like, oh shit, is Bo-Katan going to show up? And then when she did, I was geeking out. I was loving it.
Yeah, and I'm going to really be good when we get to see Grand Moff Tarkin. I mean, no, not Grand Moff Tarkin, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Yeah.
I was talking with.
There are rumors that they are looking for a guy to play him now for season 3.
I was talking with my co-host Jack Beers. We're going to talk about the season finale of Mandalorian Sunday, and I said, wouldn't it be a cool ending for the second season? I said, say Bo-Katan shows up, she gets the dark saber. Say he gets Grogu back. And the end is Moff Gideon, because that actor is way too good an actor to kill him off this early.
Yeah.
You got to keep him around.
You can't.
Yeah. So I would love to see him have a conversation where the ending is he's having a conversation and then it pans around and it's a hologram of Grand Admiral Thrawn. I was like, now that would be a great way to end season 2.
For sure. But the problem is they still haven't found an actor for him yet.
Oh. Well, they could CGI it and then get the actor.
Or what they could say is they could just end it with saying message from Grand Admiral Thrawn. And then you see just a look of dread on Moff Gideon's face.
Yeah, well, that would be interesting because, you got to think, Grand Admiral Thrawn is a freaking, especially someone who's read him in the books too. He's a freaking genius. The thing is, in the cartoons, people don't understand. He appreciates art because he sees it as a window into the culture of the people. And that's how he learns to understand them, is through that.
Yeah.
Tiki of Doom, Kyle Katarn. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd be curious. Actually, I'll be honest. I would like to see Koran Horn, but I don't know if either one of those are going to be possible.
Mako, I guess that's how you say the person's name, says that the Empire conquered Mandalore So I guess that's how he got the saber.
No, I'd have to remember. Sabine gave Bo-Katan the saber. She got it back from, I believe, Darth Maul.
But that was
basically, Thrawn is
Empire.
like an evil Picard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna say that. I don't think you could call Thrawn evil. I don't really think Thrawn would be considered an evil character. Antagonist, yes. Evil, no. He's not an evil character in the stereotypical way, in my opinion.
Just saying, I guess, as evil compared to Picard. That's what.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
maybe
he would be the evil version of Picard.
Well, I don't know. I would guess maybe think of it like the Romulan commander and Kirk during Balance of Terror.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where I would go with it because they were antagonists, but
I would consider comparing them to Commander Tomahawk.
Oh, good, Tomahawk. That would be a good choice.
Because Tomahawk was kind of like the anti-Picard.
Yes, he was.
Next Generations.
Also, the actor was freaking fantastic. Don't forget he played Jakar in Babylon 5.
Yeah, that's why I say I think he should have been the bad guy, the main bad guy in Nemesis. Then you might have actually got a good
that would have been fantastic.
I said that on someone else's stream. I just can't remember which one, but I did remember saying, I'm like, if instead of creating this Shinzu stuff, have it as Tomahawk.
Actually, would have been even better. Would have been to have Tomahawk and Commander Sela
at that point. I think it would have been better if it was an established Romulan. Like if it was Sela, great, but I think Tomahawk might have been better.
No. I'm saying Tomahawk as the main antagonist, but her having a secondary role.
Yeah.
That I think would have been a much better way to do it.
Yeah, but
how did we go to Star Trek?
Like have Sela be his right-hand person.
I think it could have been interesting.
I don't know how, but I'm not complaining, Joseph.
Me neither. I'm just surprised, and because you were talking about the Shenzhou, because I could see those characters in Picard actually.
Because it came out of nowhere. Why would the Romulans, out of all the captains and admirals in all the Starfleet, they want to clone Picard? Yes, he was well known, but the main reason was because he was the guy we were following in the movie episode.
I'll be the first one to admit that was a really stupid idea. It was really stupid. If you're going to clone anyone, you think you'd want to clone, like, maybe, I don't know, a high-ranking admiral, not a captain. Even if he's the captain of the flagship, it's still just the captain.
Yeah. How about somebody? Why not Picard? Maybe
why not
they
Wesley Crusher?
They got because they got Picard's DNA from somewhere.
Maybe from that Ferengi who wanted to fake his son. He probably had Picard's DNA.
Or they're like, I'm just trying to think of who else they could, like, how about the head of Starfleet security?
Admiral Latham.
Or the president of the United Federation of Planets.
Because Tom Hardy couldn't play Janeway.
Let's not forget, Picard did show us that the head of Starfleet security was a Romulan infiltrator. So let's not forget that bullshit.
But that was written
wearing Ray-Bans.
That was just written now. I'm talking about back when Nemesis this time.
I still can't get over a Romulan wearing sunglasses. And she's supposed to be a Vulcan, which, if you hadn't known your canon, you'd know Vulcans have an inner eyelid.
Yeah.
Or did y'all miss that in TOS?
I think they were just trying to make her look cool. Hey, I got a great idea to make a character look cool. Put some sunglasses on him.
We have Momo trying to get into the stream. Welcome, Momo.
Oh,
I'm
Momo.
coming for you, bird. I'm coming for you, bird.
Momo. Have you seen the video by DJ Odyssey, Momo?
I'm coming for you, bird.
You should check it out. I think he's playing your husband.
I'm coming for you, bird.
Yeah, Momo. We know. Tell
Janeway
Alexander.
I disagree. Janeway wasn't evil. Janeway, I'm sorry, but for the first 3.5 seasons was an incompetent captain. I hate it, but it's just the truth.
Only 3.5 seasons?
I think
Janeway did nothing wrong. About season 4, she finally figured out what kind of captain she wanted to be.
Yeah. Because look at the
Janeway did
early
nothing
seasons.
wrong.
She really sent the order to murder someone.
She didn't murder
started on
Tuvok. She
Tuvok.
saved Tuvok and Neelix.
Yeah, by
she
murdering
went to someone
Tuvok.
else to get his lungs back. But then a few episodes later, she killed Tuvok to save Neelix and Tuvok. So she really doesn't care about Neelix or the needs of. She was more interested in saving Tuvok than anything.
Tuvok's her friend. What would you expect her to do?
I'd expect her to be a Starfleet officer.
And respect the wishes
and
of
what?
And respect the individuality of life, which is what Starfleet is about.
And she said, and the Tuvok said, Tuvok would have agreed. He would have sacrificed his life to have someone else live. And by
2 weeks was an abomination. I would do the same. Janeway did nothing wrong.
Janeway did everything wrong in that episode.
Yeah, come on. Janeway killed Tuvix, and she abandoned her own children on a planet, so she wasn't the
We
best
do not talk about that episode.
Listen, she didn't choose to have those children.
She said that she raped Paris at the end of the episode.
They were.
So.
Yeah, she said that. How do you know it wasn't me who instigated it? Which I thought was kind of gross on top of it.
Well, I'm not. That's not admitting anything. That's just realistically, you don't know.
We could argue all day. I think we're definitely never gonna see middle ground in a lot of areas. In my opinion, Tuvix is the episode where Janeway totally gave up every value of Starfleet, and she had no business business being high and mighty to Captain Ramsey a few years later.
That was bad. That was but she seemed almighty and powerful because he was trying to save his crew, even though he was killing a species. But yet she would let his crew die to uphold Starfleet values.
Question.
She literally
by the way,
to get information.
By the way, the multi-gun man, thank you very much for agreeing with me. I appreciate that at least somebody is on my side. By the way, how about with 2 weeks? How about the needs of many? There were two. There were
two, but they had the subconscious of both Neelix and Tuvix, and
it's not just that too, though. Tuvok
hey guys, I gotta mute everything. Sorry, Bird of Prey. I gotta drop out. I gotta
no problem.
I gotta do some score with my daughter. If you're still on when I get done, I'll come back in.
Take care.
Take care, Andy.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes. So, by the way, I see that Momo dropped, and we have DJ on the panel. Hi, DJ.
Deej. Welcome to the panel, Deej.
Yeah, I kicked Momo out.
Okay, that's a wise decision. That's a wise decision. Yeah, exactly. By the way, I feel flattered and appreciated that you mentioned my name in your Christmas video.
Yeah, some other people's didn't. They just decided to make fun of me and tell slanders.
No. I want you to know, Ciso Prey was very honored to hear you mention Charlie. in New York, assuming that was the Charlie you were mentioning.
Well, yeah, but I also, if you went further in the video,
I listened to the
moms,
whole video.
Yours and mom's and sis was all listed too.
Aw.
But no, you slander me.
I didn't slander you. Did you see the book? You look just like his husband. Google the book and tell
What
me you don't
husband?
look like Santa's husband.
What? Santa doesn't have a husband. Santa has a
No,
wife.
okay. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this.
We're gonna have to do this. What Bird did to me yesterday.
Amazon.
Bird knows right where it is. He's looked it up on Amazon, so he'll get it right.
Santa's.
I was watching. There's a Netflix Christmas movie. There's actually it's like first and second movie, a sequel with Kurt Russell as a Santa.
See, it's a real book, and see, that's Santa, and Deej is Santa's husband.
Oh man.
Why?
Okay.
Question: why do people do this type of stuff?
It's a kid's book.
I understand.
Because we live in a day and age where everything has to be
And
politically correct.
It's got 4.3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, we live in a day that they have to indoctrinate the kids really young now.
And I consider it wrong.
Great.
Well, they're
gag
making
gift.
Santa black and his husband white. Just because Marco says Santa has a black husband, everyone knows this.
No. Santa is the black guy. This book, along with Quantum Physics for Babies and She Persisted, form the trio of liberal indoctrination basics I get for every baby I know. I got Quantum Physics for Babies for Nephew Prey. I didn't see any liberal indoctrination in it.
Did you read it?
Santa is the black guy.
I'm a gay father with a black son, and we are so happy to have this book. There are so few books out there just for families like ours. What a wonderful way to show our kid that Santa Claus, who we imagine him to be. This is a well-written, beautifully illustrated, fun holiday book. I have now purchased it for several friends.
Oh. Well, I could always use some kindling for the fireplace.
Oh, wow. That's see, now you're not being helpful. There we go. Hardcover, $16.99. $10 for a Kindle edition. Wow, $10 for a Kindle edition?
Oh, okay, I'm going to go there. But of course, they got to pay more to get it hard.
Wait, what the hell is this? For helping Santa negotiate labor disputes with the elves in his workshop, they have a spectacular dental plan. Uniters Toy Makers Society.
Hey, the multi-gunman agrees with me.
Oh, Santa's husband helps by feeding Santa's 8 tiny reindeer plus Rudolph, who has special dietary restrictions to keep his nose shiny and bright. Pole Foods Organic Market. So
I'm literally thinking if this is not considered like complete trolling of everything, like everything, including the reviews.
This would be a perfect gift for any STD fan.
You know, we actually...
I am a Discovery fan, and I don't consider it a perfect gift.
We could go
That's
after
what
these.
Jacko said in the chat.
We could go after these people for appropriating our culture.
don't these look like nuclear silos giving off vapor.
Look like giant cigars.
Santa's husband helps Santa with all the hard work that makes Christmas happen. From making a list and checking it twice.
And why is Santa licking it? Why is the dude licking the paper? It's just wrong.
Like any married couple, they have their disagreements.
Not Ryan Jarness and
Santa.
is this what all the orphans get in the mines for Christmas?
No. They can't read. But they're always managed to kiss and make up, usually over a plate of milk and cookies.
But the milk is in a glass, not on a plate.
So, see, Deej, I wasn't being, smart ass. You bore a passing resemblance to Santa's husband. So that's all I was saying.
Bite me. I look nothing.
This is a
like that.
A lot of uranium here. I don't think we're going to get it all in one trip. So I think I'm going to keep trying to get some. Then we'll head back towards Earth so we can start processing this and we can make another trip later. John Street, I read that one. Let's see. Any more at Berto Prey 5s?
Yes, Itzy. I think it is time for Bird's Little Helpers illustrated children's book.
Richie Fools says Bird of Prey sounds like I'm a bad influence on Mamo Prey. Thomas says, I remember when you crashed 2 ships you named after presidents in a few seconds. Yes, I remember that as well.
Presidents, did you name them after?
I don't remember. I named them after like the big presidents: Washington, Lincoln, Trump. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, when did Mamo Prey plane going to the Bahamas leave? Mamo Prey is not going to the Bahamas. Hey, Multi-Gun Man, it's going well. Good to see you.
The only part of me that is in the Bahamas is my mind.
Mamo Prey says the only place of her in the Bahamas is her mind. Wow.
Mama Pray, Bird's being mean to me.
Dee just saying I'm being mean to him. And she told me not to be mean to you.
So it's a Die Hard this Saturday for Cinema Saturday?
Yes, Die Hard is this Saturday for Cinema Saturday.
Erica was actually asking me yesterday, Bird promised me Die Hard. When it's going to be Die Hard?
It's this
so
Saturday.
I told her.
Saturday.
Yeah.
That's how I want to go. Die Hard.
And that was her voice yelling at the cats.
Oh, good. I thought she was yelling at me.
No, she's not yelling at you yet.
Why would she yell at me?
Well, why would she yell at you? Because she can.
It'd be funny though, because he wouldn't understand anything she was yelling at him about. That'd be funny.
She can. You know what? She's very proficient in yelling in English. So
yeah, but we don't want.
Oh, Thomas has been trying to get a hold of me in the game. He's saying Bird is mean to Deej. Bird is ignoring me. Not ignoring you, Thomas. Nor am I being mean to Deej.
Yes, you are. Now you got people in the chat asking me what's the best part of being married to Santa when I am not married to Santa. I am not in that book. That is not me.
How am I supposed to know?
You bring it up. It's bound to happen.
All I said is that you looked like the husband. I didn't say you were the husband.
Well, let's see
I might have said you were the husband.
Let's see some pictures of you in your old Santa suit, and I bet you look just like him too.
I might. Let's see. If I come out of this, the ships were the Fillmore and the Buchanan, says Thomas. Those were the ships. Ah, shit. Okay. I was afraid of that. If I came out of the ship, I was going to get tossed to the back. I wanted to fix the lights while we're on the way home, but I dare not come out of the ship, else I won't be able to catch up to it.
Tether yourself to the ship. And
You think
then
I could
can...
risk it? We could try again, right?
There shouldn't be.
I know what I
any
can do. I'll
air
slow
resistance.
down. No. Why? Oh, okay.
It's got things wired wrong, so it fires out both sides at once.
Yes. There we go. So we slow down. So now if I do get thrown loose, I can definitely catch up. Okay, there we go.
Ellen Moraine, talk to Ellen Moraine.
What season are you on for your D Space Nine series?
Why is this light on? This light's not supposed to be on. We're in season 4.
Okay, so when it really gets good. I think season 4 and season 5 are the.
Oh, definitely got good for season 4. Thomas is saying I'm Santa's she-male. Really, Thomas?
Well, prove us wrong.
Bird, you still didn't answer me my joke question.
What's your joke question? Oh, your butt says only the entrance hurts?
Yes. It was a joke, and
that's
the
a
answer,
personal problem.
And there's a perfect answer. It was a joke. Guy is asking his doctor, my butt is sore, especially at the entrance. And the doctor replies, and it will be sore until you stop calling it entrance. So yeah, that was the joke. Yeah, a bad one, I know.
Let's check these asteroids, even though I've probably been there already, since they're on our way home. It'd be nice to get some uranium.
You just mined like a ton of uranium.
I know, but we can always use more, and just in case.
And was it everything on that asteroid? You mined it dry?
Oh, gold and ice. I didn't mine it dry, no. See, for whatever reason, there's not an iron. Oh, this is a nice gold, iron, and ice. This is a nice asteroid, but honestly, it's just not really helpful. There's plenty of ice and gold on the Earth, on the surface for us. How much actual uranium did I get? See, it's not very proficient at picking up uranium. Only 42.5K of uranium, and another 46. So about 100K of uranium, which I have no idea how much in ingots that's actually turned into.
If it was a real life, you could basically destroy the world, but...
Thomas is yelling at me to get away from there. Thomas, you do not get to own all the space. I'm sorry, Thomas.
Why not? He's the new rightful ruler of Kurdistan.
Good one, Mako. Good one. Love it.
Mako says it's funny in Slavic. It's actually a joke from Miami Whites. Is it? Actor, welcome. Says maybe the joke was lost in translation. No. I understood it. Mako wants to cancel Yosef. No.
I had a little opinion exchange on Twitter about a certain YouTuber who is extremely radical in his opinions, and people are not in agreement with me when I said that that specific YouTuber is extremely biased, aggressive, and it's not open for communication.
Really?
Yeah.
But so somebody yelled at you for saying that? I mean, I understand they're probably defending.
and of course, I was called a snowflake and a right-wingist, which is extremely funny.
A right-wingist?
A right-wingist, and of course, since and that it is good that he is radical against Trump supporters, and so it was a very interesting.
So there's a YouTuber who's radical against Trump supporters
in the Star Trek community, and that Star Trek is not for not for
conservatives.
Star Trek for conservatives. Yeah, thank you very much.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I'll tell you, everything from Discovery on is certainly not for conservatives. I won't argue that point. The stuff before it, not so much.
So and easy, and by this it shouldn't be that hard to guess the name of the YouTuber. The only YouTuber.
I think Anti-Tricker did a video on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that YouTuber perhaps still floating out in space?
That specific YouTuber is exactly floating out in space in Kerbal Space Program. That's the one. And yes, it's the one that Anti-Checker did a video on.
Yitza says, I was talking to some guy, and he said that the other guy said that this woman told him that he didn't enjoy what the other one said.
Huh.
Wow.
That's a tongue twister.
And Robert Rose, you're 100% correct.
And Captain MKG, I did try the impulse thrusters. In fact, one of my ships still has one. But since the hydrogen rebalance was recently done to the game, I prefer hydrogen to creating the energy needed for impulse thrusters because I'm still relatively low on uranium. Once we get to more uranium, we can do more impulse thrusters.
The multi-gunman says, everything from Discovery on isn't for Trek fans either.
That's true. But certainly not for conservative Trek fans.
There's some good moments, but overall it is bad. At least season 2 was watchable to a point.
Was it?
Well, they kind of took a giant avatar of Anti-Trekker on the last episode.
The only time season 2 is watchable is when I muted it just to watch number 1.
No, I enjoyed it because there were some good, solid moments of Christopher Pike in there.
Okay, Pike, yes, but...
And I feel like that episode where they go back to Talos 4 is more... there's more of a sequel to The Cage than Unification 3 did for Unification 1 and 2.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like, okay, you stole some clips from the other 2 unifications, and you call that a continuation?
Hey, Bird.
Thomas says, wow, 4 asteroids of complete uranium. I highly doubt that, Thomas.
I got some breaking news, Bird.
Breaking news? Uh-oh.
From the Babylon B.
Oh, from the Babylon B.
Chinese spy assigned to date Eric Stallwell begged to be sent to labor camp instead.
Chinese spy what?
Assigned to date Eric Stallwell begged to be sent to labor camp instead. Okay.
Yes,
I don't know what is it all about.
Because of Pike, who is from another show, and also Spock, who is from another show. So, but also, if you watch season 3, there's some good moments And they're all when Burnham keeps her goddamn mouth shut.
Yeah, until now, my favorite episodes are literally the second one, the one where they went down to Trill, and the last one. And the episode I hate the most from the season is Unification Part 3. That was the episode that literally I literally wanted to throw something at my monitor.
I
If
think
the
that
monitor
really broke a lot of fan base. Even fans that were supporting Star Trek Discovery, I think that broke them, that episode.
It was literally I wanted to throw something at my monitor. If the monitor wasn't like 800 bucks in my employee purchase program, I would probably destroy it.
Mako says, what happened to the psychopath who stayed in the same room for 40 years and waited for the Federation to return?
I don't think he was a psychopath, but he was a creature of habit.
I heard that he opened up a 7-Eleven.
No, I think because he might have been an interesting character, they had to get rid of him, or else he might have overshot Michael Burnham. That's what they do. They have a good.
He was not promoted. He was not promoted, so he can go out. Dobby is free. Dobby got his sock. You know.
No, I think there's two things when they get a decent character. They either write him off the show, or they have him kiss Burnham's ass.
Because Michael Burnham comes from a family of overachievers. They literally said it in Unification Part 3. I'm not making that up.
That they're overachievers?
Yes.
Ugh.
Michael, you come from a family of overachievers. Book said that to her.
Well, you don't know her family. You know her adopted family, and they were quite accomplished in their careers. I wouldn't call them overachievers, but they were quite accomplished in their careers.
We had Mama Burnham there. We had her adoptive brother Spock there. Despite Spock wouldn't be who he was if there was no Michael Burnham, which
That
was
is what SPD fans say. I can say that's complete garbage.
Which was clearly stated by her mother, and it was hinted in the last episode of season 2, and clearly stated in this episode. So and I said it's vomit inducing.
That's what I'm saying. They're taking an awesome character in Spock, and they're trying to diminish him to the point where, he wouldn't have been great if he didn't know Burnham. Which is a crock of crap.
No,
Spock was great because he was Spock. He was unique.
Bullshit. Yeah. DJ, you wanted to say something?
No.
No? I thought you were trying to say something.
No.
No? Okay. That's good too.
I'm getting in enough trouble with what I say already, so I'm just going to sit here quietly for a while.
Indeed, you're definitely a troublemaker. All right, 7,000 meters. I'm going to spin up the atmospheric thrusters. We're going to need them to slow down.
That don't look like Earth.
Hydrogen reserves still at 100%. Let's see, when do this fall? I don't know. Probably could wait till we hit 2,000 meters.
Some people in the chat got crazy, gone crazy. Multi-gunman, Tiki of Doom. What's wrong with you guys?
Welcome everybody.
That's why.
Okay. 2,500 meters or 2,000 meters. We're gonna live dangerously. There we go.
Live real dangerous. Wait till 1500.
Okay. We stopped in less than 200 meters. Okay, so I can let this go down to 200 meters before I hit it again.
200 meters is 600 feet. Be careful.
Watch him hit the opposite, and he speeds up and slams into the planet.
Oh shit! What if we're landing on top of the base? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we were not in the right spot. Okay.
Yeah,
That's what she said. Now?
Why does that look like a board cube?
Because it's a big square box.
Poor NB lost the link.
Oh.
I will send it. Do you mind put it into the chat?
No, put it in the chat. That's what it's there for.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, because on other channels we are. Yeah.
Brian Fuller
Careful
playing to do with Michael. Did he rate the last episode? Because if he goes the way the last episode is, putting her on, let other people shine, I think they might be able to salvage the series by not having it 100% on Michael and how amazing she's the bestest ever.
But you know what? At least one thing they did. It's not her nominating herself for every single mission or saying that she's the best. She's the one who is always questioning that everybody is sending her everywhere or making her the hero. It's an insignificant but still a step forward into the right direction.
And also, if they're starting to maybe show better characteristics of Detmer, Saru, and the rest of the crew, I think, okay, maybe.
Okay.
You know what? At least,
for those of you.
Sorry, NB.
Sorry, yo.
So Fuller was the original creator of the characters, so he originally came up with Michael being the bestest of everything.
We have successful touchdown.
Damn.
I know.
Wow, Bird, you didn't crash.
I know you're all upset at that you landed safely, and this entire time I had the batteries turned off. That would have been helpful to have them on. Oh well.
When do we get to see the asteroid hit the base?
I don't believe there's going to be any asteroids to hit the base.
Completing a successful landing shows that 2021 will actually be a really good year.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Cobra Kai season 3, so I'm definitely stoked about that early January.
I'm waiting for Black Widow to come out.
Hey, I'll be happy when the Expanse starts in a couple of
days. I saw something with a lot of people very pissed off talking about the Expanse ending at season 6, and they're all getting all butthurt. I'm like, the show's getting a final season. Would you rather have it had just died after season 3 on Sci-Fi Channel? Sorry, you need to take the victories where you get them and be happy with the products you finally get.
That's what's happening now in the nerd community. They're not happy until they get exactly what they want, and then they still won't be happy.
Well, then they're in the wrong goddamn community because this is the geek community.
Yeah. Like, even though Discovery is bad, Picard, meh, and Lower Decks was decent. Was quite good. You got to take what you got with it.
But the thing is, you can have only a story to a certain point before you become obnoxious, repetitive, and uninteresting. So tell your story until you have a story. If you don't have a story anymore, just stop.
That's the time for you to leave.
Thomas is calling me a cheater for some reason.
I'm going to be honest. I've been one of the people who said, I don't like Discovery. I make no bones about it. I've not seen much of season 2, and I made it 3 episodes into season 3, and then I was like, okay, nope, I don't give a shit. Picard, I watched all of, and I hated with a passion that would be hard for me to describe. Lower Decks. If Lower Decks' final episode had been more like the rest of the season, I think it had some promise. I think there's promise for season 2.
Oh, definitely.
It had a
if
nice,
they don't fuck
nice
up
build-up.
Boromir's character now. Now, here's the thing. This has been the one that a lot of people said. Is Boromir going to get demoted back to ensign and get sent back to the Stratos from the Titan? I said I would hate that, but I said what I would hate worse is if it was Mariner who causes his demotion. Which, the way that character is, I would not put it past her.
Of course. Because Mariner is a self-loathing person. She blames everyone for her problems but herself. It's been shown in multiple episodes that there were times where people were trying to give her a chance to show what she can do, and she didn't take it because, oh, you're trying to promote me. You're trying to do something for me. I just want to be an ensign to work. No, you just want to goof off and do nothing. Which I said in multiple reviews, you could easily go off because there are multiple other ways to explore the universe without being in Starfleet.
Yep. Well, I mean, when you had that one captain who showed up and said, you are like, the embodiment of Starfleet. Now you're just, she's like, do you even want to be in Starfleet? And it was like, finally, somebody called her ass out. And then unfortunately, they were like, oh, you're not so bad. And then they said, oh, well, it turns out they had a romantic relationship. I'm like, God dang it.
They were friends. Yeah, but that's what's going to be.
Now they're saying they had a dyke relationship or lesbo relationship or whatever you want to call it. All I'm saying is, give me a break. You're just taking shit.
Even though it might have been a friend, romantically linked captain, at least it was a captain. Someone that could have helped her career. It was a captain. No matter what the relationship was, it was a captain that offered her a chance to prove herself, and she kicked her to the curb.
Oh, yeah, she screwed it up royally. Well, let's not forget, she used to be a lieutenant. Well, here's the thing. I don't remember if they even did it. We never found out why she got demoted in Lower Decks. Because she was once a lieutenant junior grade. We saw that, and actually she was in a gold uniform, so she was either engineering, security, or something like that.
I think
but then she got demoted. And we still don't know why she got demoted.
Insubordination, it's pretty easy, pretty simple and good reason.
Oh, yeah, I would say so. She is insubordinate as all hell. The only reason she's in Starfleet, and I mean, they even kind of brought it up at the last episode. Your mom's a captain, your dad's an admiral. So, yeah. I mean, at least they called that shit out and said, the only reason you're even in Starfleet now is because of that.
And in the second to last episode, episode 9, the movie episode, he even said it in her own personal logs, that if it wasn't for her mother, she would be out of Starfleet and she wouldn't know what to do with her life.
No, she doesn't know what to do with her life even now.
Yeah. And that's what's keeping her back. And throughout the series, she had opportunity after opportunity to show that she could be something, and she refused to do it because she didn't want to get out of her comfort zone.
You see, this is the problem, too, with that kind of person, because this is what drove me nuts. I spent 20 years in the military as an enlisted guy. I spent half of it as an NCO. I knew people like Mariner, and I knew people like Rutherford, and I knew people like Boromir. And I had 3 or 4 people. Actually, I had 3 particular people that I could easily say were like Mariner. They all got kicked out of the military based on my recommendation because I had to keep writing them up. It's not that I wanted to. I tried. But at some point, I had to write them up and be like, "You're screwing up. You're," and they did,
Yeah.
and they would be dicks, and they were bad for morale in my office. And I'm like,
And
if
her
I
mother
let you
kind
get
of,
away with this,
yeah,
what does that say to the rest of the troops?
yeah. And her mother finally said something about her to her about that. It's like, I do want you to like think outside the boxes, but you gotta follow the rules. It's like, would you rather have me on your side or up your ass? Because her mother was about to get rid of her, and that was her last.
Actually, oh yeah. But I mean, that's where the real problem is. This is where the biggest problem where I had with the shows is like Boyamir lacks confidence as an officer, and he's trying to build on, and he's latched onto the wrong person for that. And I've seen that happen in the military where somebody thinks somebody might be a good mentor, and they turn out to teach them the wrong things. And I've had to deal with all that. So as I'm watching it, I'm like, I would have dropped her ass so hard you would not even her head would spin.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, get the fuck out of my office, go away. I'd have been right at my officer's office and be like, get this person out of here or do something with them because I'm done. I'm like, I'm going to write this person up, and that's what I had to do. And I had kicked out 3 people that had between 10 and 15 years in the military because they decided they thought they could skate. And I'm like, you don't skate on my watch.
Yeah. And also they're saying like a big number one complaint about lower decks was people were saying, oh, these people don't belong in a Starfleet uniform. I would never see them graduate the academy. There's been a lot of comparisons to Blumler to an early James T. Kirk, because in an original episode, they do say Kirk was always about the studying.
Yep.
And he got the confidence. He became the captain we all know. Also, Blumler reminds me of like your average Starfleet cadet, eager to please and ready to go.
He reminds me of a very young Butterbar lieutenant, and coming from an enlisted guy, but mind you, I was an E6 at this point. I gave nothing but advice to my young officers. Why? Yeah. Because I wanted them to succeed, and I wanted to back them up because they were the officer, and I'm like, I am here to do a job. If I do my job right, I look good, my office looks good, you look good. That is my goal. Mm-hmm. But I can only do it if we all work together.
Yeah.
I actually had one, I remember this, I had this captain. Great captain, by the way. She did my last re-enlistment swearing in. And I had asked her, I said, so what are your plans? She said, I'm thinking about getting out. I said, oh, you don't have a line for major? She goes, no, I have a line for major. She goes, I think I'm getting out. I said, ma'am, do you mind if I speak freely? She said, yeah. I said, ma'am, I don't think you should get out. I said, we need strong officers like you. I said, you're the kind of officer I will follow. And you're a great company, great officer. I said, you get major. I said, you're going to be a great field grade officer. And I said, any unit's going to be happy to have you and fortunate. And she ended up staying in. And she said, she goes, thank you for what you said. And now I don't know if it had anything to do with her decision. She just said, thank you for what I said. Yeah. But I was like, I'm like, I need good, as an enlisted guy, I was like, I need good officers. And I'm like, I'm not willing to just let, a good officer go without a fight.
Exactly. Also, with the lower decks thing, when they say they didn't think that the main characters belonged in Starfleet, Ormler was like your typical Starfleet cadet, You can name many of them. And
The
Rutherford,
only one who didn't believe in Starfleet would have been Mariner. All the others
even
were
Mariner
fine.
was here, could have been like you remember characters like Ensign Rolaren and Tom Paris. They were misfits. Yeah, they went to jail, but they were given a second chance and they made the best of it. I think that's what she needs. She needs that one big swat down before she.
Ro sold out the Federation and became a member of the Maquis.
Oh God! Don't talk to me about that episode. I don't even want to talk about Rolaren. That was the worst thing they did to Rolaren. That was the worst thing they did to that character.
Yes,
I understand why they did it. I still disagree with it. I found it very hard to believe that she would have betrayed Picard like that. Mako. No, Tom Paris was not like Mariner. Tom Paris made a mistake and lied about it and then came clean about it. He was not a screw up in the sense.
And they keep saying, "Oh, Boimler's the butt of the joke." I'm like, every series had someone that was the butt of the joke.
Yes, but let's think about the end of the episode. This is where I saw a real good idea of potential. Remember, he's now a Lieutenant JG. Yeah. He's on the Titan. He's talking to these other crew members, and they're going and they're being respectful to him. He's being respectful. He's not coming off as nervous or edgy. Sometimes you need a new environment in the military. Trust me. I've been there before.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a different environment and you need to get away from certain people. And that's why I liked how Mariner's all bitching up a storm. He's like, that's an old friend. Don't worry about it. It's like, because she's being a bitch. Instead of congratulating him on his promotion and his transfer, she's acting like a bitch.
Yeah, and threatening to hurt him. You could easily play that for any superior officer, and that's even court martial almost.
Oh yeah, considering she's disrespecting a senior officer.
Yeah, and threatening his life, threatening physical violence as soon as she sees him.
And it's like I said, if that last episode had been more of what we got for Lower Decks, I probably would have loved it. I would have loved an animated Riker, Troy, and Mariner on the Titan.
Mariner does not deserve to be on the Titan.
Mariner doesn't deserve to be an officer.
Exactly.
She's the kind of officer that guys like me used to be like, okay, this is who we don't want to listen to. Now, granted, we have to, but this is the person we're like, we need to make sure they're toeing the line because the moment they step out, we call them out.
Mm-hmm. But you needed those other episodes to build up this to where Boimler's on the Titan. He stepped away.
This is exactly my type of thinking, because when you look at the whole series, you had first episode you got to know the characters, the four main protagonists of the show. The second episode you started. We were on a planet, so you discover how the Star Trek universe looks like, and you get more races and more everything. And then basically you get into the character development of every single main character. And honestly, just look at how great they dealt with the secondary characters, which is the bridge crew, and compare it to first of Discovery.
Died.
You within 10 episodes, that each and every episode was 22 to 25 minutes long.
22 to 25 minutes.
22 to 25 minutes. You learned more about all the main characters and all about the side characters than you ever learned about the characters on Discovery.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, one of the biggest.
props.
I'm going to say one of their biggest failures in those episodes was the exocom.
Oh,
The execution of the exocom. Now, hear me out here. The idea of bringing the exocom in as a sentient being and being a member of Starfleet, I was like, oh, that's great. This is cool. This sounds good. And then the execution at the end, I was like, oh,
really?
you killed it.
No,
you just ruined it. No, you didn't kill it. Sorry, I should say. You fucking ruined that exocom character.
Yeah, by saying, yeah, I don't want to sacrifice myself for your good.
Yeah, I just joined Starfleet to piss off my father. I'm like, you're an exocom machine. How can you have a father? And it was just like beamed out, and then it's like, oh, help me. I was like,
you kind
wait
of
a minute.
saw it
They
happening.
just left a deserting officer. I mean, she flat out deserted. That was desertion.
Yep.
And they're just like, no big deal. You do have to report that shit.
It would be great if they did. But also, at the beginning of that episode, you have Mariner wanting to leave, but for completely different reasons, so she can be a complete dyke on another ship.
Yeah, but she's been on 5 ships already. Who's going to want her?
Exactly, but that's what she wanted. She wanted to be transferred off so she can continue being an ass.
Yeah, but she was going to steal. She was going to try and sabotage Boromir getting the promotion to do it.
Yeah, because
and I was like, that
everyone
is.
Up here is not.
NB. One thing, he didn't tell her that he got the promotion. He was the a-hole here in the situation because he didn't tell her. He just packed his stuff and left the ship.
So
no, he was not an a-hole.
Because he wasn't.
I disagree, Joseph. I'm going to say why he wasn't an a-hole. Because he knew once he told her, she was going to act exactly like she did in the video.
I don't think so because she.
I think so.
No, she
did.
She
something to keep him there.
She was promoting. She was helping him on so many occasions. Was she helping him? And the only thing, honestly, I really think that she was more pissed about him not telling her that he got the promotion and that he is on the Titan, than actually being angry with him just because he got the promotion and she didn't. Because remember one thing, she is now in peace with her mother, and they promised that they will work together from now on.
Yeah, but then,
so tell me this, Joseph. How did, at any point in those episodes, what did Mariner really do to help Boromir get the promotion? Because as far as I can tell from all the episodes, she did nothing but she never did anything to help him get promoted.
I'm not saying this one episode. I'm talking about the whole show.
That's what I'm saying. What in the show did she do to help him? Because all she ever seemed like she was doing was she was hindering him.
But boosting his character, boosting his security by, for example, in the second episode when they went to the planet with the Klingon, and she got saved from the Ferengi by Mariner by Boimler.
Yeah, but she set that up. So
she set it up, and 2 questions: why did she go with Boimler down to the planet?
To irritate him.
No.
Pretty much.
No.
Because she saw Boimler getting advancements, and she's like, no.
No. Disagree.
She was friends with the Klingon.
Once again, what do we know about Boimler? That he is a guy that goes by the book and has very little experience. What do we know about Mariner?
They would have crashed. They wouldn't.
What do we know about Mariner? I'll tell you what I know about Mariner. Mariner is a loser. Now, how do I know she's a loser? Because I have seen people throughout my military career get demoted, get kicked out. I've seen her
Hey, Wesley,
kind before. I just, I've seen her kind before in the military, and they're the type that I hate because they're the people we don't want because we're worried they're going to get people killed. And Mariner is the type of person who will get people killed.
Where's Bird?
I'm here. What's up?
Game.
I don't know. Moxley's asking where Bird is. Everybody
Oh,
thinks
hey,
you
Moxley.
haven't said anything.
Yeah, I've been playing Space Engineers, listening, and occasionally talking when I felt like I had something to contribute.
And did you say hello to Wesley Crusher, who is in the chat?
I did not. Hello, Wesley Crusher. Qapla, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yes, Wesley Crusher. Mariner is the worst.
Yes.
She is. She is a horrible officer. Look, this is the big problem for me. Bird, you got a $2 super chat, buddy.
Thomas says Wesley sucks. Arabic Sonder with a $2 super chat says, "Are we in for a Star Trek daughter after STD?
Drought.
Are we in for a Star Trek drought after STD?
Let's
actually, Prodigy is supposed to begin airing. I don't know if it's immediately after. I don't think it's immediate, but soon. I would guess probably early next year.
And I think middle to late next year we're going to get season 2 of Lower Decks.
When it comes to it, I'm going to say I'm more excited or more hopeful about the season 2 of Lower Decks.
Yeah, of course.
Of CBS's Star Treks. But if they demote Mariner, and it's because
You can't demote Mariner anymore.
Boimler.
Yeah, if Boimler gets demoted and Mariner is the cause of it, because I don't believe Boimler is going to be the cause of it. I don't think Boimler is going to be the cause of it.
No,
but I can see that happening. I'm just like, this is going to really piss me off even worse. Because I'm like, he finally got his due.
NB, you know what? What I would like to see actually is that we have here the four characters from the Lower Decks, and throughout the seasons we will see them race through the ranks.
Except
in a natural way. No, even Mariner, because she found friends now that will help her with.
No, but she's stuck in her ways. She's been given help that whole season. She was given every opportunity to move up, and she refused every single one of them.
Yeah, I've known people like her. See, that's the thing. You got to understand.
Yeah,
you may look at it from an acting perspective. I knew people like that in the military. They just wanted to come in, do a job, call it a day, and run off. And I'm like, that's not how we work. I'm like, I'm sorry, I've been doing this a long ass time.
Throughout the series, she said that exact same statement several times.
But think about the character growth from a script perspective, from a drama perspective, from a TV perspective. And okay, if I'm wrong, I will say okay, I was wrong. But I call it that every the Lower Decks characters, we will see them grow, including Mariner.
The only thing that could really help Mariner is her to put aside her pettiness and learn that, oh crap, I do have to take on responsibilities. Until she realizes that, she's never going to grow.
She's not a character that grew the entire season. She's all about herself. She's like, oh, I'll help you get promoted. I'm sorry, she did nothing to help Boimler.
I still think she did.
I didn't see it.
His mission,
and you didn't let me finish with the Klingon episode, the second episode, because she joined Boimler because she knew the Klingon, she knew what he is going to face. It's his first mission, and
Yeah,
he is a
but
fish out of the water, and she basically she saved his ass multiple times throughout the episode.
No, what she
no, but
did
she
was she did not
sabotaged the
allow
mission.
him to she did not allow him to succeed on his own. We have no idea how he would have dealt with the situation if she had not been there.
They wouldn't had to have the emergency landing, and he would have brought him exactly where he needed to go.
Exactly.
So from moment one, she sabotaged the mission, and then she realizes, oh crap, I screwed him over, and she had to fake an incident where he could finally be like he was right. But it showed you how pathetic she thinks he is, where she has to fake a situation for him to make himself feel good.
I still don't see her in the light. Her.
Well, you gotta.
I'm not saying that she's perfect, because honestly, when I have to say, if somebody asks me what was your least favorite episode of the season, I would
Two.
say two. For me, two wasn't a good episode, but I didn't like episode number 9.
I think episode 9 was finally the breakthrough that she needed.
But but you know what? I hated how she was written, because she behaved there like a maniac, killing her own mother.
Yes. Lore Reloaded did a video based on that episode, on that point precisely, and he does say some good points, but I'd have to disagree with him. It's like, if you have that much rage and anger towards someone,
you are in serious
you need
need of therapy.
therapeutic help, and that's what I've said in my review. Right, there are people that do hate people out there, and if they could go somewhere and have no consequences, I see them maybe kicking the crap out of them, but not killing them. Like, look at the episode Shore Leave. James T. Kirk pictured the one guy that always bullied him in school. And what did Kirk do? Did he want to kill him? No. He just wanted to kick the ever-loving shit out of him, but not kill him.
Well, that was Kirk.
Yeah, but still, having that much anger towards your mother for trying her best to keep you out of shit.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. When it comes to Mariner, okay, I'm gonna ask everybody this: give me a redeeming quality about Mariner, because I could find a redeeming quality about every other character on that show. Her, no. Because
She
nothing
cares.
she did that was redeeming.
She cares
about people down on their
No,
luck.
she
People
doesn't give a shit about people.
Of course she does. She
give a
was go
fuck
out and
about
she was
people.
helping people.
In the
No, she did it for herself. It was selfish. She didn't do it because she cared. She did it because she was breaking the rules.
No,
That's why she did
you
it.
watch her holographic character, I think that's the true Mariner, because what Boimler said at the beginning of the episode, he took 7 years of their personal logs. And when she says what she said to real Mariner, I think that's when we finally got something that Mariner does care. She just doesn't want to show it. And that's her biggest flaw. She can't get over it. She has to be the asshole. She has to be the tough one. Where in reality, she does care about her friends, her family. And she'd be lost without them. She just doesn't know how to show it.
In other words, she's a weak character who needs people.
Yes.
And that's all she is. She's a weak character. And that's the problem. It's like, I'm sorry. She just never came off as a character who really gave a shit. Now, I may come off as an asshole, but when I was in the military, I knew what my job was. I knew my description. I knew what I had to do. And I knew to take care of my people. She doesn't give a shit about anybody. At least that's the way she's always portrayed. She doesn't give a shit. She just is like, I don't care. Oh, I'll follow the rules, but not the stupid rules. Congratulations. Wish I could have done that. Maybe I would have got better in my life.
But you know what? I don't mind that we disagree on how we look at her. Everybody can see in her character something different. I just hope that they will show more of her personal growth. That is the only thing that I want to see. And this goes for every single character actually, because my favorite character is Rutherford. I love that guy.
Rutherford was a good character.
Just to break in, hello, Super Blubberpuss. If you're still here, Qapla, you just bought the game. Awesome. If you're interested in playing with us, we are on Cinnabon server. Check out Cinnabon's channel. He has some Space Engineers videos with details on how to get into this game if you're interested and if you're still here.
I feel like, unfortunately, with Rutherford, the character of Rutherford is going to step backwards because of the injury he suffered at the season finale, where he's going to have to learn everything over again.
It's a cartoon. Let's see what they will do with him as a character. Maybe they will be able to
cartoon, but I feel like it's going to be a step backwards.
restore. They will be able to restore everything, like all the memories. And if not, it can be an interesting arc for him as well. I definitely want to see more of him, and I would tune down a little bit Tandy. She is sometimes just overly positive, and
She reminds me
otherwise,
of one ensign from Star Trek Q Who in the episode after Q Who.
You know, I'll be honest. That last character you mentioned, what was her name again?
Tandy.
Tandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really one of my favorite characters. You know, I liked her optimism. This is where I said this is kind of the thing. I watch this episode, I see all these young officers, and I'm like, I've known a lot of officers who were very much like this. So I knew a lot of young officers who were very optimistic. And as an enlisted guy, I did everything I could to make sure that that optimism was met with satisfaction. That may be something you guys may not understand, but it's a mentality I had. When I had officers who were shit, I was like, okay, I'm going to do the job. But when I had officers who were optimistic and who were strong and had potential, I did everything I could to promote them because I wanted those kind of officers in my leadership. I mean, you got to understand, when you're in the military, there is a certain point where you see leaders and you're like, this is the kind of leader I want. This is the kind of leader I don't want. So when you get to a certain point in your career where you have the chance to be able to voice that stuff, I did everything I could to voice it.
One sec. When I was mentioning about the Mariner having that much anger towards killing people, Robert posted, just like the TOS episode Court Martial, that the crewman, the Lieutenant Commander Finney, had such a big grudge against Kirk that he was wanted to kill him and everyone on the ship because Kirk reported him. Yes, that is true, but we find out that Lieutenant Commander Finney held the grudge and was mentally compromised at that point.
Yeah, that's a big difference. That is a big difference.
Yeah, and he was going to get off it, but he was going to have to go through psychiatric help.
And for those of you who don't know, that was made in the 60s. Let me tell you something. Going through the military and going to mental health, they tried to make us sound like, oh, you can go there, it's okay. But it was still a stigma. There was a big stigma to go to mental health. And trust me, I went there many a times for a lot of reasons, but it still had the stigma like, if physical injuries were one thing, mental injury was a stigma that was very hard to talk about or understand or relate to, because it's not something that you can quantify. Whereas a physical injuries, you can quantify it by pain, you can quantify it by damage. Mental, being your brain and what's in there, it's hard to quantify, and it had a stigma that really bothered people.
Yeah,
And
and
still
that's the
does.
difference between the two. Whereas Lieutenant Commander Finney ended up having to go get psychiatric help, whereas Mariner, her captain, her mother knew that she needed it, and she threw a shit fit because of it. And then had the program where she ended up wanting to kill every single person that she saw. Because someone told her that, hey, I think you need some psychiatric help.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. Trust me, 20 years in the military, mental health did help. But I'm
Wes,
not
I'm
gonna
here,
lie.
Wes.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh, sorry, Bert.
No problem. Just saying hey to Wes. And no, Wes, you didn't miss any crashes. Don't worry.
I know we're all let down.
But I'm not gonna lie. Going to mental health and even talking about them, it scared the crap out of us. Because, and here's why. Unless we go talk to a chaplain in the medical field, or sorry, chaplain in the religious section, nothing we say is 100% confidential. So there were times you go see a psychiatrist, you start getting afraid to talk about things because you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know if what you say is going to be interpreted as you want to hurt someone or yourself, because that's how they would start it out. Everything you say is confidential unless you want to hurt someone or yourself. It's like, oh God, it was hard. It was so hard to be like, how would I be honest? Because they're like, well, are you going to hurt yourself? I'm like, I don't think so, but how do I know you're not going to interpret what I say as harming myself? It's like I might say I go home tonight and drink a little tequila. Oh, you're going to harm yourself because you're drinking alcohol. That is literally how it felt going there. It's like we were scared to be honest. And no matter how many times they tried to tell us, oh, it's okay, you're fine, nothing's bad's going to happen. It's like, we knew it wasn't 100% confidential. We knew it could get back to our bosses. We knew it could get back. If it got to our commander, it got to the XO, it got to the first sergeant, it got to the. Let's just put it this way. How much do you want people in your life, in your business, when it's personal? From work. And then we had all these people from work now knowing our personal lives. It was scary as shit, and it was hard for us.
That's for sure.
Sorry, that's where I'm sorry. I know I went on a long streak there. That's where the problem with me and Mariner comes in. Is all the things she did. I hate the character because she is everything that embodies the idea of a military that I hate. She is the kind of person I would never promote. I would
Robert
kick them
also
out.
asked, would the ex-military guy on the panel follow Clint Eastwood's character in the movie Heartbreak Ridge?
I wasn't in Vietnam, so I don't know. Now, if you're asking me if I would have done Heartbreak Ridge, considering I was in the Marine Corps, Gunny Highway was pretty on par with how gunnies used to act. Now, I never made gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps. I was a corporal when I left. I made E6 in the Air Force as a technical sergeant. And yeah, we would have followed Gunny Highway because he was a leader. Because sometimes leaders have to give the hard truth, and it sucks. And it's a pain in the ass. And sometimes it's something I've said to people. Doing the right thing doesn't always feel good.
Of course, everybody would stop talking while I was in the middle of a gelogia.
Because I asked if you were sleeping.
Of all the times I took to gelogia, that was it.
Trek has a live video on in 30 minutes talking about what we were just talking about at the beginning of the stream.
Yes.
Is Carl a Guardian of Forever or a Q? I guess Trek Yards was watching us.
And to be fair, I think they had their video set earlier today. I've been seeing that in my preview for a while today.
It just popped up in my.
Yeah,
The discussions came up immediately after the episode.
I mean, I've seen it was discussed yesterday on other channels, the day before. It's been brought up on Twitter all day. It's nothing new. I mean, it's one of the biggest debates going on, and I resigned myself to them going to say it is the Guardian of Forever and me going to hate it, but maybe, just maybe, they won't actually give us an answer, which would be fine with me.
What I believe is going to happen is one of them's going to discuss the idea of him being the Guardian Forever, and one of them's going to discuss him being a Q and bring up various evidence of each.
None of them met any of them, and I'm not sure if they were briefed by the future Starfleet about everything.
They probably wouldn't have been briefed, but they could find it in the sphere data or something, and then learn about it that way. But it would be weird that that's all they would learn about, or they learn about it now with all the data that's in the sphere. I mean,
something specific like this. Yeah.
Did the sphere not know about the Guardian of Forever? That's a possibility.
The sphere had millions of, like thousands upon
100,000 years.
100,000 years of data. Yeah.
100,000 years of data. I think he would have found something about the Guardian of Forever in there.
You would
the
think
Forever was millions of years.
Was there forever, yeah.
He was there
before your sun burned bright in the sky. I have awaited a question. See, that this Guardian didn't really care for questions so much. He said a question follows an answer.
But
the other Guardian liked questions.
Carl is a trickster, joker, dead jokes.
I think he's a Q, based on that.
Based on the adorable comment, yeah, I would say so. That's the one thing, but
based on his whole conversation, it was like a Q.
I'm going to be the odd man out here.
But he talked like the Guardian Forever, but he felt like, but just the way he was acting was more Q-ish.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Carl is in fact a wormhole alien.
You think he's a prophet?
I do. He might even be Cisco himself.
You think they would do something like this? A white
Yes.
guy
It's
playing
it's
Cisco.
the STD writers. They will do anything idiotic if they think it will work.
Or a Paraith, perhaps. I don't know.
He'll be
He's a
Ducat.
reformed Paraith.
He's Ducat.
He's the essence of Kai Wynn.
Carl is a Time Lord. End of discussion. He's a Time Lord.
You know what? They either make him Guardian, or Q, or
Q, Mr.
somebody
Condor.
completely new.
Carl is anti-Trekker.
Marco has the best comment ever. Marco is anti-Trekker, about the same age.
Wow. Okay, well, let's go through who Carl is not, and then.
No, Mr. Saunders said it perfectly. He's a Time Lord.
He's not Michael Burnham's dad.
Okay.
Well,
now that we've ruled out the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
Okay,
Carl
Mr.
is sassy.
Carl is who? Sassy?
Sassy.
Carl is a demigod? Mm. He could be in a Kojin.
We
Could
may
be
have the answer
Lander.
in something like 48 hours or under 48 hours. When is the next episode?
Oh, it's today, Tuesday.
It'll be
So yeah,
for you
48
guys-
hours from now we'll know the answer.
So for
assuming
you guys,
I don't lose electricity and cable.
for you guys, it'll
internet.
be within 48 hours. For me, it will be 48 plus 5.
Sassy, you want to answer? Who Carl is?
Who what?
Who Carl is on Star Trek Discovery?
Oh, I have no idea what that is.
You don't watch Star Trek Discovery?
No, I know what Star Trek Discovery is. No, I don't know who Carl is. I haven't
you don't
watched
watch. Gotcha.
it. No, sorry. I
You don't have
stopped
to
after
apologize.
episode 3. Nah, I stopped at episode 3. Kind of like I did with season 2. I was like, I can't deal with this shit.
The better ones.
What did you mean by do not apologize? It's an unacceptable behavior. Not watching Discovery. That's
It's
horrible.
not unacceptable. It's perfectly fine.
It's fine. Only us masochists watch it.
Lady Q says Carl is an
I'm
ascended
not going to
being.
deny that.
Yeah,
Carl
he
is
knows
Daniel
what-
Jackson. It could
Yeah,
be.
he knows what the koala is smiling about.
And we did see Carl on SG1 as an ascended being, I believe.
Oh, was he? No, he wasn't the one playing.
He was in the restaurant with the newspaper with Daniel Jackson.
Was it him? Was it?
I
it
think
the
it was the
actor?
same actor.
I'm not sure. Anubis? Was it Anubis?
No, the Anubis episode, but not Anubis.
The guy in the head with the newspaper in the episode was Anubis.
Was it?
Yes, that
he
was
was the one
Anubis.
saying that you can't stop him.
Yes,
I don't
that was
remember him.
Anubis in that episode because remember he was
Oh.
talking about whether he was going to reascend or go back, and it's like, you'll forget everything, so you forget he's Anubis. Well, he didn't know it was Anubis at the time until close to the end of the episode. But yeah, they're right. It was the actor did play Anubis.
So was it the actor? Yes.
No.
No.
I don't know if it was the
I don't
actor
know.
who played Anubis. I just know the actor in that particular screenshot of what we're watching was playing Anubis.
Well, I gotta head out, guys.
Okay, so it's the same actor in that case.
Take care.
Have a good one, Commodore Ty.
Yep. Talk to you later. And don't forget to sub to the channel, people.
What channel?
Mine.
I'm subbed.
Yep. So if you haven't subbed yet to my channel, please sub. Take care, all.
I don't know if the character was the same guy who was playing Anubis. I'd have to look at it, but you know, who knows?
Let me do it. It's pretty much should be like Google and Anubis SG1. Images.
Mako Bird is not sleeping.
No, it's not the same actor.
I didn't figure it was. I thought that during that sequence, the person acting as Anubis at that point was an avatar. At least that was the way I interpreted it. But I could be completely wrong.
And Lady Q puts his name into the chat, David Palfi, which is an Hungarian name, by the way. And George Zunza was Anubis. Maybe Carl could be an Organian. Thank you, Mako. I'm not even trying to read the last name of the actor. Bird goes Jaloja while he sleeps? Wesley's asking. Yeah. Bird is definitely on mute.
Birds do what bird does.
Son of a bitch. I thought you guys could hear me. I've been talking for a while.
It's kind of hard to hear you talk when you're muting
when I'm
yourself.
on mute. Okay, I get it. Son of a bitch. I don't remember hitting mute. I've been turning mute on and off the microphone. I don't remember hitting it on StreamYard. No, I don't Jaloja when I sleep, thankfully. I was also wondering why people were looking up the actor even after I said no, it wasn't the same actor, and
because you were
his name.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, Bird of Prey
Apology
does
for
not
that.
do Loja while he sleeps. That's what Nephew of Prey does right now.
This is true. Yes.
And come next summer, that's what Baby Geek is gonna do. Now I'm so curious now. Is it gonna be a boy or girl? That's all I'm wondering about it as far as my grandchild. Besides the fact I want my grandchild and my daughter to be healthy and everything, it's the only curious thing now.
You're not liberal enough. You should let your grandchild decide what he or she wants to be.
Yeah. How can you know what its preferred gender is going to be?
Well, I'll tell you what. I can tell you exactly what its gender is going to be. It either has a slit or it has a snake. No. My grandchild is either going to be a boy or a girl. We will see.
Wesley says, Bird of Prey, I don't watch STD. What is a Carl? Carl is a man who just appeared on a planet, Dennis 5, sitting in an Adirondack cheap plastic lawn chair with a cheap plastic table next to him that you can get at like your local Walgreens or CVS for probably $12.99 for winter clearance sale. on a snowy planet, and there was a door, and just a doorway, nothing around it. And when you open the door, there was no special effects, just a door that opened into nothing. There was just more snow behind it. But when you step through the door, it took Philippa Georgiou from the Mirror Universe seemingly back into the Mirror Universe, but not her personally. It put her into her body as it was a couple of years ago, before the first episode of Discovery. She was wearing the clothes she was wearing 2 years ago, plus she was also wearing a bracelet that they put on her from Discovery. So it made zero sense as to why she changed clothes, but also brought a bracelet with her when she stepped through it. And that is not how Guardian of Forever travel ever worked before.
Yeah, I think they might have skipped Guardian on the City of Forever episode, because if I distinctly recall, McCoy, Spock, and Kirk all went through, and what outfits were they wearing?
It was a big part of the plot. They were wearing their Starfleet uniforms. They had to change.
Exactly. And all of a sudden now I didn't watch the episode. I just watched something on YouTube. So she goes through and all of a sudden she's in her decked out Imperial Guard. Now, call me crazy. I don't know anything about Giorgio's character at this point, but if you are the ruler of an empire and you just now realize you're back, is she really going to give all that up? If she
I
does,
don't
I'm
think
calling
anybody's
bullshit.
intending for her to give it up. She's not. She's looking like she wants to hang on to it. In fact,
no, she doesn't.
She's already changing the history so that she doesn't leave. She's trying to get her Michael Burnham to reunite with her, so she doesn't have to kill her Michael Burnham and she can stay in power.
Bert,
it's not going to work out, but she is trying.
I know that from your perspective as a ruthless dictator of Caroga, you would see it like this. But what they are hinting and showing us is her character changing. She didn't kill the Kelpians.
Well, they sent one to the butcher. She didn't save that other guy.
Yeah, because
she just saved Saru.
Yeah, she saved Saru. Why did she save Saru when
because she felt bad for him?
A few episodes ago, she told him that she ate Kelpians, and now she is saving him because she understands that Kelpians can evolve. She saw
she's not saving them because she still will eat Kelpians. She saved Saru because she developed feelings like Saru is a special Kelpian for her.
You know, this brings up an interesting question that I wondered, but I don't know. Is Giorgio related to Hoshi Sato? I would think so.
If what's happened in this episode is true, they said that she came from nothing. So she would not have been related to Hoshi. They did a play on her rise to power, and they said that she had come from nothing. She fought her way to the top from nothing, like a peasant girl.
Did you say?
Okay, I'm gonna be
during the play that with all the stuff, the play in the play, they talked
They
about
say about the North Korean Kim Jong. What's his name?
Kim Jong-un.
That he doesn't poop. And it's a very well-known fact that he drove a car as a 6-year-old or something like this.
Okay, but I'm saying if in the Mirror Universe, especially when she gives herself a name like she goes back to Caesar. If she was of a royal bloodline, you would think they would play that up. What they're playing up, though, is that she came to power, and they don't mention any type of bloodline. They mention that she came from nothing. So, sure, they could be making
very
it
hard
up.
to believe. I
I
find
mean,
that very hard to believe.
they could be making it up, but it wouldn't make sense that they would embellish it that way and not the other way. Nitpicker says she came from nothing, like Rey on Star Wars. So maybe we'll find out she's a Palpatine. Very possible.
Don't get me started on the sequels. You know, I thought it was so funny when I saw people on social media being like, "Oh, what are you gonna say in 20 years when the sequels come out?" I said, after the sequels come out, I said, I got a better idea. How about you come talk to me after 20 years of being a prequel defender? Because trust me, I put up with tons of shit for my defense. And all I ever did was just give my thoughts. That was it. And it took 15, 16 years before finally people were like, they would hear my thought. They go, I don't agree with you, but I understand where you're coming from, and that's cool. I had to fight tooth and nail to defend things. So, this little bit here and there. Sorry, guys, you ain't got shit on what I went through.
Anyway,
Sorry, that
we're
was
gonna get
personal
going here.
Sorry, Bird. I didn't
No
mean
problem.
that.
No, it's cool. We're talking. You were on topic. No problems. But I do have to end the stream soon because dinner is ready. So before we go, Joseph, would you like to say anything?
Anything?
Very cool. NB Geek, would you like to say anything?
Say anything. Yeah, I'm a ripoff guy. Hey, you know what? I'll say this. To the chat, to the panel, peace and long life. All of you.
And I would say thank you very much for having me on the stream. It was a pleasure, it was fun. And greetings to you, NB, and to the chat.
You're welcome, as always. And LDG is still live, so I put the link into the chat if anyone wants to go say.
Is LD streaming? I didn't know.
LDG, yeah, he started streaming after I did. So he's streaming. He's streaming on Pixels, LDG Pixels, so not Pixelate. So don't go in there cursing up a storm or anything. But
I'm gonna screw with him now just for fun.
Wesley says later, birds.
No, it's Pixelate.
Bird. It is
it's
Pixelate.
It is
Oh,
Pixelate.
good. Then give him hell. Give him hell then. Give him hell. My bad. Later, birds, turds, and nerds. Later, Wesley. Star Trek. Robert Rose Jr. says Star Trek should have picked up again after Insurrection with a new cruise ship, station, or whatever. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but didn't. Anyway. Qapla.
Hey, Bird.
Yo.
We just have to move forward from things. Good, bad, and different. We move forward. Hey, Cobra Kai did it best. 1 and 2 were really good. 3, a lot of people didn't like. 4, most people hated. But they still, in the Cobra Kai thing, series, acknowledge that the movie existed. So it's like, okay, might have been great, but it still was there. It's continuity. And
well, I don't want anybody to acknowledge that Discovery or Picard ever existed. So I hope they don't.
Anyway, thank you very much.
I don't care about I mean, yes, I love Cobra Kai, And I don't mind if they acknowledge the movies, but oh, he left. I love Cobra Kai. I don't mind if they acknowledge the Karate Kid movies, but I do not want anybody to ever acknowledge Discovery or Picard going forward. They should just drop this timeline and ignore it completely. That is my opinion. With that, Qapla all. Thank you, Yosef, for sticking around. Take care all. Qapla. Bird out.